The Nirvana Sutra contains a passage stating, "Worldly saviors act only after being asked, whereas the Tathagata becomes a refuge without being invited." This speaks to the concept of a friend who offers help unasked. It is not only bodhisattvas who act as such friends, Buddhas do so as well. This differs from the ways of the mundane world, where one must actively seek help, making a request, before another will come to one's aid. In contrast, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas do not wait for an invitation or a plea, they take the initiative to help us. When they perceive that a being has the karmic affinity to attain liberation, they come forward proactively, acting as a refuge without being asked. Their aim is to enable sentient beings to take refuge in the Dharma and the Three Jewels, to attain enlightenment, and to transcend the cycle of birth and death. By practicing the Pure Land Dharma door, one can attain liberation within this very lifetime. Without it, one remains bound to the cycle of birth and death for countless future lives. The Pure Land path is swift. Thus, all Buddhas and Tathagatas praise the Pure Land Dharma door and Amitabha Buddha, and they protect and support those who practice this path. As the Amitabha Sutra explains, if you recite the name of Amitabha Buddha with faith and the vow to be born in the Pure Land, thereby upholding the Amitabha Sutra, you will be protected and mindful of by all Buddhas across the 10 directions, ensuring you never regress from the path to supreme, perfect enlightenment. Therefore, as Buddhas and Bodhisattvas accompany sentient beings, the most skillful means they employ to liberate them is to urge them to seek birth in the Pure Land and to let go of the Saha world. Whenever a being is willing to accept this, or even if they accept it only reluctantly, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas offer earnest counsel. You must let go of the attachments and desires of this Saha world and seek birth in the Pure Land. They desist only if the individual reacts with defiance and rejection, setting themselves in opposition to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, refusing to listen, or even resorting to slander. Because slandering Buddhas and Bodhisattvas incurs grave karmic consequences, and out of compassion, wishing to spare us from creating such heavy karma and falling into hell, they withdraw. They wait until our roots of goodness re-emerge, at which point they will return to assist us. Sentient beings are like infants in swaddling clothes, while Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are like loving mothers who cradle them, carrying them across the bitter ocean of birth and death to the other shore of nirvana. Thus, in our spiritual practice, we must realize that every step relies on the blessings and support of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. We can picture a mother from times past. When she went out to work in the fields, she would carry her child on her back. Just as a loving mother cherishes her child, Bodhisattvas bear the burden of sentient beings, seeking to lead them out of this world, out of the 3 realms and the 6 paths of existence, where suffering is all-encompassing and indescribable. Sentient beings are like ignorant children trapped in a burning house, unaware of the need to escape. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas employ every possible means to guide them, never for a moment abandoning them. This is illustrated by the metaphor of a wealthy elder who possesses vast treasures yet has only one child. Naturally, the elder dotes on this child, regarding him as the apple of his eye. He bestows all his wealth and sources of happiness upon the child, providing everything imaginable to ensure his joy, and he does so tirelessly, a devotion we can easily envision. A loving father cherishes his child even more than his own life. His thoughts are constantly with that one child. Bodhisattvas harbor a similar heart, regarding sentient beings as their own only child. They strive to satisfy every need and bring them happiness. Yet, this happiness must be genuine. fleeting pleasure that leads to subsequent suffering will not suffice. How, then, can sentient beings attain true happiness? They must be taught to cease doing evil and to cultivate goodness, at the very least, to avoid falling into the 3 lower realms and to ensure rebirth in the 3 higher realms. However, even that is merely temporary and cannot guarantee eternity. Therefore, they must be taught to transcend the 3 realms entirely, attaining true and everlasting happiness. Merely escaping the 3 realms is not enough, a long journey lies ahead, the path to Buddhahood. Thus, the ultimate goal is to guide them until they enter nirvana without residue, the great nirvana of the Buddha.